Hi everyone, it is me, Angela, again. I own this podcast now.
Corbin Takeover, this is bullshit.
Corbin Takeover, I own the Instagram, I own you.
Yes.
Welcome to Castaway Brothers Podcast.
I'm Andrew.
I'm Adam.
I'm Angela!
Yeah! That was really good.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Also, real quick before we get into it, I do want to say a big thank you to Angela for setting up and running our new Instagram account. If you haven't gone and followed and checked it out yet, there's a few pictures on there as of this recording. Please go check it out. We'll be uploading there pretty regularly, and she adds to stories like once a day on there just about, and she's doing awesome. And so show her some love by
Showing us some love.
showing us some love.
It's at Castaway Brothers Podcast.
All words,
.com.
0 spaces, 17 zeros.
No.
Oh, 017, sorry.
No.
So there is a 17.
Underscore Adam is a loser.
Oh, it's attacking me now.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
All right.
I see
So
how it
we're
is.
continuing with our Mandalorian review, going through stuff. Today we watched the 4th episode of season 2. I'm doing visual stuff for some reason because I'm really hyper right now. and
You
I'm
always talk with your
like,
hands.
I do. I talk
So
like
it's.
damn it, I can't quit. Anyway,
I was fully expecting a snort there.
I was so
I
close.
knew it. All right, continue. Sorry.
Anyway, we're at episode 4 today. Adam? What do you think Angela thought about this episode? No, I'm kidding. What did you think about this episode?
I
can't quit moving. I don't know why I'm
You're
hyper
good.
right now.
Just try not to touch
I know,
the table
I
too
know,
much.
I know, I'm
That's
sorry,
about
I'm
it. I loved this episode. I was like, all right, I found my new favorite episode of season 2 last week, and I'm like, it's gonna be hard to top this. And I think this one topped it. I honestly think this topped it as a better episode. I am now way more excited for this story than I like. In last episode gave me Ahsoka. Last episode told me there was gonna be Ahsoka. And I am so excited. I'm confused, which is perfect. The action was still great.
Oh yeah.
They bullied a guy and I didn't like that.
That poor Mithril or whatever his name was, Mithril, something like that.
Yeah, it was
like Mithril but spelled weird.
Yeah.
Not that Mithril is not spelled weird.
Fair.
But yeah, they kind of bullied him a little bit. We'll get to that. But so yeah, I agree. I think this may be my new favorite episode of Mandalorian. Definitely at least season 2. The finale event of Mandalorian last season was pretty good.
It was really good,
Really, both episodes. But this episode was amazing.
Mhm.
Like you said. Sorry. Great action. I loved the chase scene during it with the speeder bikes and the TIE fighters.
Yeah, that was
chasing them.
really good.
That was
It had
so
a lot of like everything in this
It
one.
had a lot of everything that makes Star Wars fun, including the
Outside of like lightsaber battles.
well, yeah, but they even had like such very iconic sound effects, which doesn't seem like a big deal. But they opened it with the choo 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 choo. Sorry for our really bad sound effects, you guys, but the engine fail noise, and it's such. I was like, yes, this is Star Wars immediately. This is what I'm here for.
I definitely think these sound effects have been throughout the entire series. Some reason I was just noticing them a lot more this episode. Like there was
I don't know why they stood out so much.
the stormtroopers voice modulation was perfect.
Oh my gosh,
There was
perfect.
there was a few like the tracking noises were just really good and really just reminiscent of the first few movies. Even got a line from the original Star Wars with the there they are. Blast them!
Oh yeah! When they were trying to get out, and they opened. We'll get to that. Yeah, it felt like the entire episode was almost an homage to the original trilogy.
Yeah,
like, just with sound effects and lines and everything. Even the land speeder. The land speeder that they went over to the base in. It looked like Luke's land speeder in episode 4.
Also, the jumping ahead a lot. The little tank thing that they take.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, is an armored troop transport.
Yeah.
That was, I believe, an action figure. Because I actually watched. I think it was the Honest trailers on The Mandalorian. It showed up in the first season too. This one, it had some stormtroopers in it, but originally that was a toy from the original trilogy. I don't know if it was like a background thing or something, but yeah, it was a toy from like the golden era of Star Wars
That's
that
awesome.
is brought into this series.
Angela, what did you think of this episode?
It's all right.
Fuck you.
I'm kidding. It was great.
All right.
I actually loved it.
Oh, we know you loved it because you kept squealing about Baby Yoda
Okay,
the
in
entire
her
episode.
defense, I was too.
I mean, we all were.
Baby Yoda did the roller coaster
Roller coaster
arms in
raid.
the air, and it was glorious. Yes, I did it. I did it. That makes 8 for me tonight, just so we're
You
clear.
had 7 in a row almost.
5 in one breath, by the way.
No, there was literally 5 like earlier before we came here. I don't know, I was messing with her and she just goes, no, and just did the finger wag and it threw me off guard so fast. I went snort, 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 snort. Like 5 snorts in a row. And I was like, what just happened? And she lost her shit. It was the funniest thing.
Alright, so back to
on
Star
track.
Wars.
Quit hitting the table, Andrew. Sorry. We like to have a good time here. We just have a time.
But yeah, no, like as much as I have become a bit more, I want to say, desensitized to Baby Yoda because let me explain.
Angela looks legitimately offended.
Simply because I believe he was pure and adorable in the first season, and now he feels almost like a marketing tactic to me. It's. I'm not saying he's a bad marketing tactic, but it's like I feel like it's not as much. I guess it feels some of the Baby Yoda moments feel a little more forced, and this one was not at all. This was all adorable and super cute, and all of it felt just natural.
He's supposed to be a little bit older at this point, so he's more of a toddler than a baby now.
I mean, it's been like a month since the last one, tops, but.
See, all the Baby Yoda moments in this season so far seem like Mando's learning how to be a legit dad. He's actually like parenting and like wiping his face.
And that's why most Baby Yoda moments with Mando, I love. I absolutely love, because it's now playing off, oh, cute. It's somebody else reacting to it in a not, oh, way, which I understand.
I'll fight you.
Oh my god. But even the ones that were just, okay, this is just for Baby Yoda to look cute, were still really good in this one.
We're almost 10 minutes in. We still haven't started going through the episode.
That's fine.
This entire episode will be me defending Baby Yoda's honor.
Baby Yoda ate a lot of eggs and it got on my nerves. Anyways.
The Instagram will be changed.
God!
From @Castaway Brothers Podcast to @Baby Yoda is not a marketing ploy.
Baby Yoda is absolutely a marketing ploy. You cannot argue this. It may be an effective one, but it is absolutely a marketing ploy.
I'm so sorry for all.
This entire show is a marketing ploy, let's be honest.
If your ears are now bleeding, we apologize. Do not sue us.
The next
Adam
post
cannot contain the rage.
is going to be a photo of Baby Yoda.
I accept this because we're doing Mandalorian podcast, and you know what gets clicked?
The caption.
Look he gave her.
The caption is literally going to be #not a marketing ploy.
Andrew, what happened
Please
this episode?
go follow the Instagram.
All right, so we start the episode with the Razor Crest barely staying afloat in space. I'm sorry, Adam, you're distracted. I'm just staring at her. And we hear immediately, before we even get a picture, we hear the engines like.
You hear a lot. You hear that sound effect a lot on the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
In the original trilogy, because
like,
it's always in disrepair.
Especially when they're trying to jump to hyperspace in Empire.
Yeah,
like,
Empire
they can't go,
especially.
and this was just kind of sped up.
It's not my phone!
So we start in the Razor Crest, in the space, not doing so well, and Mando is talking to someone, being like, "Hey, did you get the wire fixed?" And we're like, "What is going on?" It turns out he has Baby Yoda in this small crawl space trying to change some wires, and Baby Yoda is not getting it.
That was adorable. I thought that scene went on a little
It
too long.
was so cute. It did go on a little too long, but it was so cute, and I knew from the beginning. As soon as he said, "Do not touch the wires,"
Oh, when he was like, did you get the wires fixed? I'm like, oh my god, he's got Baby Yoda wiring.
Baby Yoda's on wires. He's not sus.
I was looking for a joke about that.
You're welcome, world.
But yeah, as soon as he's like, all right, now plug the red one into that, I'm like, this is not gonna go well. Just make sure you don't touch this. I've seen this joke before.
I see where this is going. I see what's happening. Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
This is fucking gold.
It's 12:12 a.m.
Jesus, we took a
This
while.
is just us when we're having a good time. Come on now.
I'm trying to think of a song that started with "This is how we do it." Na 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 na.
This is gospel for the fallen
Oh, that's
ones.
much better. Because I started singing Hannah Montana.
Started singing Hannah Montana. Well, Adam died under a pillow, guys, so rip. So they're talking. Mando is talking to Baby Yoda. Can't get the wires fixed, and he's like, "Okay, looks like we need to get our ship fixed. How do you feel about going back to Navarro?" Which is where a lot of season 1 took place. It was where the Bounty Hunters Guild was set up, where Carl Urban, do not remember the character's name.
I was thinking Keith, or not Carl.
I swear if you said Keith Urban.
Amir.
Oh, that is Carl Urban.
Okay.
Carl Weathers.
Okay,
Excuse me.
Carl Urban. That's Billy Butcher from The Boys.
Yeah, that's
What?
That is entirely.
I was racking my brain. He was in the
I'm
movie
sorry
The
if
Boys?
anyone was screaming at me. Carl Weathers, who played Apollo Creed in the Rocky movies. What up? So they get back there, and he sees Carl Weathers, and
Was it just me, or was his goatee a lot lighter?
Oh, it was a lot lighter.
Okay, cool.
It was a lot grayer. I don't think he had it in season 1. I think
He definitely had it, but I think it was like black.
Yeah, it was darker. It wasn't as like gray. And then the drop trooper or whatever jump trooper. What was she? Was she a drop trooper?
I think she was a drop trooper
From season 1, the chick who was also, I think, I don't remember her name, but she was in Deadpool.
Yeah.
The one that fought Colossus.
And actually had her boob out at one point.
Yeah. But so he runs into them again. They're like, "Hey, we've cleaned this place up, and it's actually like a decent town.
Yeah,
It's profitable, and everything's going well there." And so they go to what used to be the bar or whatever, and it's now a school. Cantina, I guess. But now it's a school for the children's. And so they put Baby Yoda in the school for a while.
What happens with Baby Yoda at the school?
He wants the cookies, and the mean kid sitting next to him, says no. And so what does Baby Yoda do? He uses the Force, because he's going to get those cookies.
He said, "Fuck you, I'm getting the cookies anyway."
This may just be my new tactic when explaining things. Is just, and then Angela, what did Baby Yoda do?
And then the kid looks
Get her
down.
involved more.
The kid looks down to, first of all, I'm updating your Instagram. With
Oh,
a
I
picture
watched!
of Baby Yoda.
Speaking of which,
Stop! He backs out
I keep backing out of it.
because I'm uploading a picture of Baby
So it's
Yoda.
chaotic.
That says not a marketing ploy. But
Was that 3 in a row?
I think so.
I can make him snort if you know what I mean. But anyways, so
This may be our roughest podcast yet, and we survived through
cookies.
Batman.
Baby Yoda used the Force to steal the cookies.
Yeah.
It was
made them.
awesome. Then what happened, Adam? Your turn.
Oh yeah, cool. Everyone died. The end.
Thanks for listening to the podcast.
That's why it's the best episode.
No, they go to the. If you don't like the show, you don't have to be a part of the podcast.
I like you guys.
So they end up going into the people take Mando back to their back room of books. I am immediately forgetting what happens. But
ran into the blue guy from episode 1 that he was collecting a bounty on.
Yeah. Basically, they're like, hey, there's an old Imperial outpost here. Because fucking course there's more Imperials.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, hey, let's blow it the fuck up. Because it's on like a volcano, and so we're gonna make it volcanoed.
Also, they referenced the kryptonite. Not kryptonite, Jesus. Carbonite.
Carbonite, yeah. I wasn't gonna mention that, just like, it's
I just liked it. I liked it. It was cool. It was a reference.
Yeah.
Because we're a little more hardcore fans.
Oh, yeah. You know us. Hardcore fans over here.
I don't appreciate you mocking my snorting.
The snorting was supposed to be the mega nerd, but yeah, fuck you.
Yeah. I really enjoyed that because like I still can't see out of my left eye. I was like, hey,
it took me longer than it should.
Carbonite, not kryptonite. That's Superman.
But then they're all just kind of assholes to him for the rest of the episode.
They're such assholes to him.
And I understand Carl Weathers being an asshole to him because like, okay, he owes you a lot. He owes you a lot of money and is like 350 plus years paying off his debt to you.
Yes.
You get to be a little asshole to him.
But Mando and the chick, because I cannot remember her name, and I'm sorry I keep calling her just the chick.
Honestly, this episode, I don't know, because this episode,
the Marshal.
Yeah, the Marshal. Also, we skipped the thing where it first came to Navarro, and she was cleaning out a den of thieves
in the old forge,
in the old what used to be the Mandalorian forge, and she got a little pet.
Kinda. At least befriended a street rat. By that I mean a literal rat. It was more of a ferret.
It wasn't Aladdin?
What? Huh?
It wasn't Aladdin?
No, it wasn't Aladdin.
What about Boo?
Is a Boo a street rat? No, Boo's a street monkey.
Okay.
But damn.
I'm sorry I hit the table.
Where were we?
They go to the Imperial thingy thing.
Yeah, because of course it's so fucking Imperials.
Yeah.
We're
so good.
I actually don't mind this one as much as I did when the episode began. Like when they first it's an Imperial stronghold. I out loud went, of course it is.
Yeah.
And now knowing more about it, I'm more cool with it because we'll get into that in a bit. But they basically break in, immediately find stormtroopers and like, hey, it's supposed to be abandoned, right? Yeah. Cool. What happens next, Andrew?
They make their way through the base to the reactor core thing, which is keeping the lava from destroying the entire base. And then they force the blue guy to shut it down. Who is afraid of heights and heat and lava, he specifically states.
Which it does mention something about moisture, so I do think he is a semi-aquatic creature.
I believe so.
So
I understand that, but still. Just like, hey,
but it's like,
go do the thing.
I fully believe he's not afraid of heights. He's just like, oh, I would rather not to die, please.
Yeah. So they're doing that. They shut it down. So like alarms start going off or whatever, and they're going through the thing. And these two guys at the desk are like, hey, fix the thing. And then they're like, no!
And when they're like, no, you can see an extra in the background of part of the film crew. It's stupid. And I brought it up like 7 times among us alone, but I really like bringing it up because it's kind of funny. He's been added to the wiki. He's been added to the wiki, and it makes me so happy.
He's been added to the wiki.
But after they murk those fools, they do see some like weird things in blue tubes, and they're like, oh, those are people. Oh, this is a testing facility. And they play a recording that was, first of all, it's addressed to like Moff Gideon, to which they're like, all right, so this is super old because Moff Gideon's dead. I keep calling him almost Goff Midian.
Blue guy who played the thing, he's like, no, this is from 3 days ago. And they're like,
so they now know Moff Gideon's alive. Hair. There was a hair, sue me. But basically, it's talking about, hey, the recording's saying the subject died. Like, they were doing really good. but the blood transfusion didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
It just his body ended up rejecting it. We don't think we'll find anybody else with a high enough M count.
Wink. What could M count stand for, Adam?
Midichlorian.
Yeah.
Especially given that it's like we'll keep using the samples that the rest of the blood that we have, but we are running either we're running low or we've run out of our original thing.
I could only get so much from the child without hurting him.
It was not that because it was because we no longer have the child. We can't do any more because if it was 3 days ago, he would have absolutely passed that.
He mentioned something about not being able to get much from the child.
Yeah, because Mando stormed in. But he's like, yeah, because of that. Anyways, we'll keep doing this. Long live the Empire, Hail Hydra. So, at this point in time, we're unclear what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
I think we can get into speculation and stuff later.
At once we're finished.
Yeah,
so,
but like
so we'll come back to
that brings up some really interesting implications.
Mm-hmm. It really does.
Either way, Mando, without freaking out, completely loses his shit. And he's just like, all right, well, I'm leaving. I need to get the child. And they're like, jetpack back. We'll find our way. Angela, what happened next? Andrew, what happened next?
Okay.
All right, guys, see you. They both just shook their heads at me.
So Mando gets back to where the reactor was and fights some people and launches himself away. It landed up on top of the thing and then shot a guy and fell. And then there were two guys there that just watched him fall down into the lava. And they were like, oh shit. It was funny. And so he just goes off to go get the child. Sorry for the long pause. My brain was trying to keep up.
You're good.
The other three are still making their way through the stronghold to get back to where they came from. And they get back and more people cut them off. And they're hiding behind a thing, shooting them. And then the lady, awesome fighter person gets in the all troop. The armored troop transport that you were talking about earlier. ATT, yeah.
So I'm actually gonna pause here.
Okay.
Because it's like I do feel bad that I keep calling her the lady and I don't remember her name.
I'm pretty sure it's Clara.
You want me to Google it?
Go ahead and Google it. Okay. But it's like,
isn't it Kara?
I thought I remember it. May be. I thought I remember her being a lot better of an actress in season 1. Like, she's definitely not bad.
Really? Because I was never impressed by her acting.
Fair.
I definitely thought she was a little bit better in season 1.
Yeah, she felt really dry and kind of wooden in this one.
Okay, well, hang on. Keep going, sorry.
It's just like, she's definitely still a badass when it comes to fighting, but after seeing some of the Mandalorians last episode, it's like, you're, why are you around? And I feel bad about that, because she's cool, but like, I don't know. But then they end up taking the troop transport.
Cara Dune.
Okay.
Go Bon.
I was never saying you were wrong for the record.
Yes, you were, or you would have been like, okay, cool.
I did, like twice.
Then why'd you want to?
Andrew asked if you wanted to look it up, and I'm like, sure, go for it.
Anyway, what were we saying?
They get the ATT and start heading out, and they jump off the cliff to where the speeder is. It gets crushed.
Yeah, they crushed the
it's
Mithrils.
Fine.
Mithrils.
They send about like 5 speeder bikes after them. 2 of them just immediately destroyed. Like they don't even do anything.
They tried to go through a small gap at the same time and just.
It was the most pathetic thing I think I've ever seen. I kind of loved it.
It was great. And then using the turret on the back of it, Carl Weathers takes out the other 3 speeder bikes, and they're like, "Woo, we did it!" And then TIE fighters show up, and all of a sudden, he cannot shoot those TIE fighters.
She's taking evasive maneuvers, like Angela said earlier, so that may be it. But still, like,
And
yo,
so obviously the TIE fighters are trying to move and not get shot too. So there's a lot,
it's
whatever.
still
It's
like,
I can sympathize
jeez.
because when we're playing GTA Online and y'all are driving crazy and I'm trying to shoot things, it's kind of hard.
yeah. But like he was doing exceptionally bad every time because he was like, it almost felt like he was intentionally trying to hit the cliffs. And so I was like, he's trying to make him collapse on them. That's so cool. No? Oh.
So he finally hits one of the TIE fighters, which then crashes and takes out the turret on their transport.
Oof.
So they're just booking it for their lives. And then one of the TIE fighters blows up from blaster fire. And then we see the Razor Crest swoop in. And then we cut to the cockpit of the Razor Crest.
I will actually go ahead and pause. The completely repaired Razor Crest, because as soon as he landed, they were like, all right, we got this. We're going to fix it up.
Mm-hmm.
Good as new is what it was said.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yes, cockpit of Razor Crest with Mando in the driver's seat, and then you can see Baby Yoda
with the cookies.
Angela, what would Baby Yoda do?
Baby Yoda was doing the roller coaster wee in the passenger seat.
And he actually cheered when Mando shot one of the TIE fighters. He was like, ah! I was like, oh my god!
Some pretty cool maneuvers are actually pulled off.
Uh-huh.
And basically Mando ends up taking out all the TIE fighters. And then Angela, what did the marketing ploy do?
Baby Yoda did not went woo in the passenger seat with the roller coaster wee.
No, we already said that.
He did it twice.
He did it like 4 times. Anyways, after all the ships are destroyed, what does he do?
What does he do?
Andrew, you've lost.
Oh,
Angela, you've lost.
That's right.
You are no longer allowed on this podcast.
You're allowed on the podcast, but you've lost your
He
spot.
spit up the cookie, and then Mando was like, "Oh no!" So he's like trying to steer like a dad, and he's reaching around doing the dad wiping his mouth like this. And then
she was like actually wiping Adam's face. And Adam was looking at her like she was insane.
And then Mando's
We
like,
gotta start just
"Hold on,
recording this.
I've got some
onboard maintenance problem.
And then, if I'm not mistaken, it cuts to
A little bit of wrap up on the planet with one of the X-Wing fighters from episode 2. He's kind of checking in, like, so, where'd the Razor Crest go? I didn't say nothing about the Razor Crest. I don't know what you're talking about.
Carl Weathers is being almost interrogated. He's being questioned by the Xbox X-Wing pilot, and he calls officer, which is actually kind of funny. So it's just like a policeman or whatever.
Also, yeah, it turns out she's from Alderaan.
Yes, Cara Dune is from Alderaan, and which was during
It was the planet that got exploded by the Death Star.
And the X-Wing pilot is talking to her. Excuse me, sorry. And he was like, I saw on your file you're from Alderaan. I served during Alderaan. Did you lose anyone? She just looks at him for a minute and goes, I lost everyone. He was like, I'm sorry for your loss. And puts like a little badge, some kind of little badge thing down. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, then she was tossing little food things to the little ferret rat thing, and I was cute. I loved it. And then
we cut to space.
And we see a new Star Destroyer thing.
Coming
over, like very reminiscent of episode 4, the beginning of episode 4.
The design is different enough that it's not a
carbon
copy of the Star Destroyer, but it's absolutely a Star Destroyer.
Oh, it's absolutely
and the way it flew in.
Star Destroyer. Yes.
Way it flew in was 100% a reference.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, and it was on there, and there was an officer lady, and she was like,
she got a transmission from one of the people that was helping fix up the Razor Crest.
Yes,
who says,
which I didn't say it out loud, but when in the very beginning of the go ahead, continue.
No, he absolutely. Whenever they're like, he's like, fix it up, make it look good as new. The 2 guys were trying to go up, and it kind of zooms in on one who looks back.
Mhm.
Which in my brain I was like, that's sus. But then I was like, I guess he could just be like, really, you want me to fix this? But I'm like, nah,
Yeah,
that's sus.
it would have played it differently if it was going for a comedic laugh. It was like, it was basically saying, you want to remember this face.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so I was also very sus. But
So yeah, she gets, and he's like, yeah,
I planted the...
it's successfully planted.
Yeah, successfully planted the tracking device.
It was more like this voice, though. Do you remember?
It was more like this. Oh, that hurt.
You need more skills, voice acting skills, sir.
You say about me? You want to buy a death stick? I've been smoking for 78 years.
So
pain is worth it.
So then Officer Lady goes and opens a door, and she says, and you see a guy in like a black cloak, and she's like, Moff Gideon, and he turns around, and he's like, fuck.
And
you
it's
want?"
Moff Gideon.
We all need sleep.
Damn it! Yes.
You finally got one.
Oh.
So she tells him that the tracking beacon thing is successfully planted on the Razor Crest, and he was like, good.
It was basically, does he still have the asset?
Oh yeah, does he still have the asset? And she was like, yes, our contact confirmed it,
Yeah.
which was the mechanic.
We're not sure because we saw that entire conversation and he said nothing about the child. I'm wondering if it's Blue Man Group.
Blue Man Group.
I assumed it was the child.
Mithril.
No.
No, not the asset, the contact that confirmed.
Oh.
We don't know if the contact is
Oh.
that guy or not.
She gets it. She's there.
But
Oh.
was Blue Man. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. It very well could be.
Oh.
We're not sure yet. It very well could be. Yeah, he confirmed it and we just didn't show you because...
I thought the betrayal was, it has been done, guys.
The deed has been done, my lord.
Yes.
I'm just an officer. My Sith Lord! Who's going to tell him? I'm not. Speaking of Sith Lords,
You're trying to make me snort. I don't appreciate it.
I'm always trying to make you snort. But he won. Yes! Now your turn.
Fucking God.
So Moff Gideon walks through a hallway, and I'll be honest, I can't tell what's there. It's so hard to tell because it looks like a bunch of either like droids or like suits of armor.
Lots of red stuff.
The
Black
headpiece kind.
Also red.
I mean,
the suits and stuff were black, and there was like red on the wall.
the red was just the accents on the wall.
It was the interior decor.
He's not wrong. It was the mood lighting. What mood was it? Evil.
Evil. You looked so mischievous when you said that too.
But yeah, it's got some kind of things. We don't know what. And then it cuts to Mandalorian music. Also, apparently, Carl Weathers directed this episode. I only know that
Really?
because that has been up on the TV for the entire time. Directed by Carl Weathers.
I didn't realize that.
I didn't either till you're like,
off, behind me.
Yeah, but you were
So I
like,
said Carl
oh yeah,
Urban.
Carl Weathers. No, Carl Weathers is the guy. I'm like, oh.
So that's really cool.
Mhm.
Do we want to go into speculation?
Immediate speculation.
Okay. You want to go first?
I don't know. First of all, I want to talk about. This is the most excited I've been for the next episode ever.
Yes!
Because it's like, I have no idea. This is like more story setup than I could have ever imagined the show was going to do.
Mm.
I was expecting the next 3 episodes to be filler. To just be, this is fun anyways. But it's like, this is actually really intense. We now know the Empire is active. Empire is a strong
I feel
word.
like
Is actively tracking Mando.
This episode feels like it had more to do with story than anything in the second season has so far, and most of the first season.
Especially with episode 1 and 2 feeling very self-contained stories.
Yeah.
Episode 3 was very, okay, this does feel like a Mandalorian episode that's all very self-contained, but you now get the next breadcrumb next episode. And this one is like, oh no, this is an interweaving story.
They just slap you in the face with exposition. Here you go. Here's story.
It was wow. But it's like, I don't know if they're trying to create artificial Force-sensitive people, like artificial Jedi or Sith.
Yeah, like it seems like they might be trying to make like a synthetic Sith,
which is
or something, or
fucking crazy.
Possibly this is the early stages of the development of the Sith troopers that we see in the First Order.
I need to do more
but
research.
I have no idea what the Sith troopers do.
I need to do more research because those could just be personal guards of the Knights of Ren or something. That could just be a more of a title than anything.
Okay.
Like, those could be shock troopers, basically, because Sith troopers, because, Sith do lightning in hands.
I mean, they do have the red armor, which, like, the Imperial Guards always did in the original trilogy, and they were guards for the Emperor.
Yeah.
So they could be just special, stuff like that, and they were just like, we'll call you something cool.
Which,
Sith troopers.
I'm not gonna lie, that's one of the coolest names I've heard. But, like, I have no idea what that's going. Because I was positive when they were talking about the M count, we were almost out of blood samples. I was positive it was the Emperor. I was positive they were trying to create the next Emperor or somebody with his level or something. And just, I have no idea. Like, okay, it makes sense that it's the child, why they would want him. Especially because it did mention that that's where Moff Gideon's forces in the season finale of season 1 came from, was that little
stronghold.
Stronghold.
Yeah.
So it now makes sense that
there
they
were
would
so
be,
many available.
First of all, so many available, so many in that area. Why they would be looking for the child there? Why they would have a base set up there?
Right.
That all like clicked perfectly for me.
So good. Yeah, absolutely. Also, one thing that we haven't mentioned yet on the podcast, but we mentioned while we were watching the episode. The suits or droids or whatever it was they were making that we saw at the end with Moff Gideon kind of looked like Darth Vader.
They looked somewhat Darth Vader-esque. Like, it was definitely not like, this is basically another Vader suit. But at the very least, it looked mildly inspired.
But there were like dozens, if not hundreds.
I would not say more than 30.
Okay.
But it was definitely like dozens. It was, I am so confused and
intrigued.
This is the most excited about this story I've ever been.
Yes,
because I was excited last episode because it's like, oh cool, Ahsoka. I know where the story's going. I can't wait to see Ahsoka. But it's like, I have what's going on answers. Yeah, I don't have them. Because I didn't think we were ever going to learn why they wanted Baby Yoda. I just thought, plot.
Yeah,
it's a Baby Yoda. They wanted it because don't question why they wanted it. Mando just needed to find it.
I appreciate that they gave us a reason as to why they're still after him for the child.
It is. It was one of those things I was expecting to kind of just don't worry about it. It's Star Wars, just kind of roll along. But it was perfectly explained. Perfectly isn't quite the right word considering we don't know half the reason. But just all that was.
It was very well executed.
Mm-hmm. Solid episode.
Oh, such a good episode.
You got any speculation to spit out, Angel? No?
No.
Cool.
Yoda probably will do something cute. It's definitely not.
That's a prediction, not a speculation.
Fine.
What do you think the bad guys are doing with the Baby Yoda's blood?
What you guys said. You guys already said it.
Nothing to add?
No.
Okay.
Bless you, Jon Favreau, for coming up with this idea, you beautiful fucking man.
It is so good.
Like, so Jon Favreau will see this.
Oh my god.
I can dream.
You get a comment from Jon Favreau,
I would
go tag him.
I don't know, man. I think I would simultaneously shit and piss myself.
It's like, well, I can die. This is the peak of my life.
I would probably be fully erect as well.
Same.
Right? Adam just looked down at Angela. It's just like, what? As in, like, why do you have Never mind. It's a visual thing. Okay, guys.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. I'm glad I could make Adam laugh so hard with my
Stumbling
awkwardness. One thing we've kind of been tossing around a little bit that I've been thinking about is actually like recording us, like getting a camera or something, and recording these sessions. So because we do a lot of visual stuff without really meaning to. It's just, I talk with my hands a lot. You make a lot of ridiculous faces. So we were considering starting to record ourselves and put it up here along with, so it's not just, so you have something to watch if you'd like to, and so you can see more of what's happening. So if that's something you'd be interested in, please like and subscribe. Let us know. Like, give us a comment. Let us know that's something you want us to do. And if not, we will never show you our ugly faces other than on Instagram. So yeah.
But also follow us on Instagram so you see our ugly faces.
Yeah, follow us on Instagram and make us feel special.
And comment, not a marketing ploy, under the photo of Adam specifically.
I swear to God.
I need everybody to comment on this podcast and
Alright,
comment
you know
hashtag not a marketing ploy.
Alright.
If you're with Angela, or hashtag marketing ploy if you're with Adam.
I was about to say we started a civil war because we can start a civil war. Baby Yoda's a marketing ploy. We all know it. Hashtag it.
No, he's not. He's obviously plot.
Or if
we
you're
just talked about it.
He's a marketing plot.
If you're with me and you really don't care one way or the other, just say hashtag may the force be with you, and we're going to go live happy. Anyway, Adam, rate it.
9 out of 10.
Angela, rating.
Oh, cool. We're just not even talking about it. Cool.
I just like ratings real quick and then explain it. I don't know. I just going with the flow.
Yeah, 9 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give it a 10. I think I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. I think this was probably the most perfect episode of Mandalorian that we're going to get.
I definitely don't think that we're going to get. I agree. I still don't think it's good enough to be a 10 out of 10. It was
for me.
Fair.
Also,
it was super fucking solid.
We mentioned before, I'm a little more easily content and entertained with especially visual media.
But like, it was like, I definitely enjoyed every bit of this episode. This has actual running to be my favorite episode of all time. Mm-hmm. It was just solid. Like, there were like 2 or 3 things and I'm like, I didn't really do much for me. I feel like Baby Yoda in the school held on a little too long. Is like the whole cookie bit was adorable and I loved that. But it was a lot of just kind of sitting there and looking at the kids, looking at the droid. Baby Yoda's kind of looking around, looking at the kids. Kid eats a cookie. Baby Yoda looks at a cookie. And I'm like, we could have condensed all that. I wasn't even criticizing Baby Yoda for giving me that. Oh!
I actually did like...
Baby Yoda got a 3 out of 10 in this episode.
Oh, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, we may not have Adam during the next podcast. Angela might kill him.
I am the new castaway brother.
Adam you do have a dick. We just established
retiring.
If I retire, you know what happened. Justice for Adam.
If I'm never heard of again.
No, this is
Justice for Adam.
Baby Yoda, the woo arms.
Oh my God, they killed me.
Second cutest thing I think I've ever seen Baby Yoda.
I enjoyed even the kids were like, "Oh my God, that thing is adorable." When he was brought into the school,
I couldn't tell that was an adorable. Or what the fuck is that?
Well, based on the big smiles on the little girls, at least faces, because the one started whispering to the other, I assumed that's what it was. So that is my headcanon.
That's what I would do.
Fuck off.
So.
Wow, I'm surprised.
I thought you were actually gonna hit him for a second. I thought we were about it. I thought
I never really had a problem with Baby Yoda, but I'm gonna start having a problem with Baby Yoda just for this. This is way more fun than it should be.
You're lucky today's the day I forgot to bring Baby Yoda to this, because you would have been saying all this in front of his little face.
I would have given him headphones.
But I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. It had a little bit of everything. It had some like close quarters combat, like going through the corridors of the stronghold, shooting at everybody with the guns. That was fun. We had the high speed chase with the transport and the speeder bikes. And then we had some like dog fighting with the Razor Crest and the TIE Fighters.
Which
we
wasn't-
had some Baby Yoda.
I'll admit the
'Cause
dog fight wasn't much of a dog fight.
No,
But it was still there and it was still good.
it scratched the itch because I started getting the itch with the TIE Fighters and the transport. I'm like, this is not quite doing it for me. And the Razor Crest came in and I was like, yes. Okay. And we had Mando being awesome.
Also, really dadding, while also trying to get
such a dad.
Such a dad while also still trying to get the ship fixed. Like, all right, put the red wire where the blue wire was.
No, don't put the blue wire back.
All right, you see
unplug it.
The blue wire that you just got, put the red wire where what? Don't plug the blue wire back in there. Take it back out.
And
Hold up the red wire for me.
Dad.
He was so patient. He was so great. I love that.
Put the red wire where the blue wire was. No, not that close. Not that.
I love.
And then it just keeps. Oh boy.
His smoke comes out.
Are you okay?
You okay? And she goes. Again, one of those things I feel like went on a little too long, but I don't really think I could have changed it.
Carl Weathers was back in this episode, which was great. Cara Dune was great. She was back in it. I loved it. It was such a good episode. Adam just took the glasses right off of Angela's face for some reason.
She's losing sight privileges. She's gonna keep looking at me like that.
But I thought this was a perfect Mandalorian episode. It had a little bit of everything that I wanted. The only thing that would make it better is a lightsaber duel. But I don't look for that in Mandalorian, so I'm not
I think it would make it worse. Because without somebody that already has a lightsaber on.
She snorted! I'm not the only one!
You imagine that?
I did not.
But without somebody on Mando's side that already has a lightsaber, it would feel really weird.
She can't breathe, I'm sorry.
That's why I'm trying to go on. It would feel weird to have a lightsaber battle without like two pre-established characters already having a lightsaber. When Ahsoka comes in, I want to see a fight between her and the Darksaber.
Yes, that I want. That I wasn't asking for. I want Mandalorian to fight somebody with a lightsaber. No, I want like two Jedi, a Jedi and a Sith or something.
Even then, without the proper setup, I think it would detract from the show.
No, I want it to be. Yeah, I want it to be like Ahsoka fighting somebody with the lightsaber. That only thing that would have made it better. But because I was not looking for it this episode, I was not expecting it. I'm not disappointed because we didn't get it, and so this was a perfect episode for me.
Fair enough.
Angela, can you breathe now? I guess not.
No.
He straight up said I lost sight privileges.
Are we still on that? God.
I was looking.
Damn it! All right, I think we're gonna end the chaos here.
Also, if you real quick, once again, please go check out our Instagram. Follow us on Instagram, please, and thank you. We will be posting. First off, there will be pictures of dogs because we have dogs. There will be pictures of our beautiful / ugly faces, depending on what you like and don't like.
As of 20 minutes ago, when this is recorded, there's a picture of Baby Yoda that says # not a marketing ploy. Nobody like it.
Actually, 2 people have already left.
Was it you and your other account?
No, it was
Really?
not. Thank you, hashtags. Just 2 random people.
That's amazing. Maybe we have new followers. Probably not. Anyway, so make sure you go follow us on Instagram. And also, if you haven't seen it yet, go check out Vassin, where on When Can We Play on YouTube. Go catch up with everything. Last night, as of when we were recording this, last night was the finale of Vassin, and we may end up coming back eventually and doing another campaign.
Oh my gosh, I'm still emotionally wrecked from that.
I know, I'm exhausted. But last night was the season finale, campaign finale for Vassin, and it was emotional. It was amazing. Please go check it out. And subscribe to When Can We Play on YouTube, because he needs like 1 more subscriber to was it 2 more? 2 more subscribers to be able to start. Was it monetizing? Or
something like that. He's
something.
almost at 100 subscribers. Give him 100.
He needs 2. Yeah, get him. It's our good friend Edwin. Get him to 100 subscribers on YouTube at When Can We Play, and you will make him and therefore us very, very happy, and he can take us another step forward in pursuing his dream. So please help our friend out.
But in the meantime, thank you guys so much for listening. Tune in next week to hear our next
Do we wanna
episode.
do the predictions? I just thought about
Yes, we do.
I forgot. Oops, and daisies.
So my first of all, does everybody remember the prediction from last week?
Mm-mm.
No.
Because
Last week was when he found out about Ahsoka, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so I think we were all correct in that we weren't going to see Ahsoka yet, and I thought, okay, he's going to be still kind of limping along in this ship, and he's going to have to deal with something in space. Is what I was expecting.
I'm listening to most of ours. So you said you thought he was going to be getting a new ship soon. I think this episode has dashed that.
Yeah, no, it has for sure.
We were both very convinced this was going to be a complete filler episode. We were very wrong about that.
Yes.
I was also very wrong because I was like, oh, it's going to be some extreme locale. Because it's been very extreme locales this season.
Right.
With the desert, the
Nice.
the ice, and then the water. And this was
We need a
back
rainforest.
back to the one we've seen 17 times.
Indoor.
We have a suit. We've had a pseudo indoor.
I want to see the Ewoks though.
What? I'm kidding.
Because they're cute. I don't care how effective they actually would have been against the Empire or not. They're adorable.
But predictions for this
Fight
week.
me.
Angela, what do you
I
think?
agree. I think they're going to indoor.
I feel like you're saying it just to piss me off.
Could you imagine Baby Yoda with some
Okay.
Ewoks?
Oh my god.
I don't know if Mando would be getting like, oh yeah, where are we going? Or get off me. I will shoot every one of you.
Amanda might start capping some Ewoks.
That being said, Baby Yoda with Ewoks would be adorable. With him kind of looking around, they're like, yep, 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 yep. Oh, they would start pointing spears at him.
Possibly, or they would be like, he's cute, or they might try to eat him.
Baby Yoda might try to eat them, let's be honest.
Also, I forgot to mention this earlier. The theme of this season is Baby Yoda wants to eat it, but he's not allowed to.
Yes.
Baby Yoda's learning the word no this season.
He's gonna say no to somebody at some point.
That's my prediction for next episode. That's it. Baby Yoda will say
Also, real
no.
quick, Carl Weathers, when he saw Baby Yoda again, acting like a grandpa/uncle.
Oh my
He's
god.
like, hey, has he been taking good care of you?
Have you been taking good care of him?
Well, he said, yeah. He said, yeah.
He said yes. You hear him? He
When-
said
when
yeah.
the kid was just like,
I love that. That was so cute.
Oh, it was so cute. So your prediction is that Baby Yoda's going to say no.
Mhm.
To what? Or to who?
Maybe like someone's coming at them, like, oh, like, I'm gonna fight you. And Baby Yoda's like, no. And he's just
And
like,
uses the force. God, why do I want to see that now? I actually love that.
It's like two of them are just aiming their guns. No! He said no. We can't.
I mean,
We can't. He said
How do
no.
you say no to that face?
Jared, he said no. I'm not going to do this. He doesn't want. Of course he doesn't want to. He said no.
He straight up just spat
I'm so sorry.
like King George and Hamilton.
My prediction: Jonathan Groff's gonna be in the next episode.
That'd actually be
That'd
great.
actually
I would
really
love to see Jonathan Groff. in
Very good
Star
actor.
Wars. Fantastic actor.
Andrew, what's your prediction?
I think they're gonna have to deal with some TIE fighters or something. They're gonna have to deal with being trapped this next episode. I think they're gonna pull it that soon.
Okay.
And they'll get away and they'll get to Ahsoka at the very end of the episode.
Okay.
We will see. I don't know if we'll actually see her face yet, but we will see what is clearly Ahsoka somehow.
Like from behind her horn.
from behind or something.
I don't think we would not see her face. If we see
Fair.
her, I think it will be you see her from behind and she turns around and smiles in the episode.
Oh yeah, I will take that too. But I think we're going to see Ahsoka at the end of the episode.
I don't think they're going to use the tracking yet. I think that's going to be the last two episodes that they finally start just waiting till he's vulnerable. They've been stalked. They're going to be stalking him. We may get glimpses of that, but I don't think we're getting that yet. I just have a feeling we're not getting Ahsoka yet.
Oh, I would not be surprised if we didn't get anything I just said. But
Yeah.
but
like,
not predicted.
so-
Go big, go home.
Or
Or go home. Whatever.
The timing for Ahsoka feels weird, so I don't think we're going Ahsoka yet. I think we're seeing Boba Fett next episode. I think he's going to show up either being hired by the Empire, just wants to get a fresh set of armor and knows that this guy's got some. Mm-hmm. Or whatever plot reason they come up with. But I would not surprise me if we saw Boba Fett next episode.
Okay.
Because I think that's the good enough filler that it can...
that's who Baby Yoda says no to!
Your Rama, hand it over now.
No!
Oh shit, I can't now. Boba, he said no! In the meantime, we love you. Stay weird, and we'll see you next time.
Not a marketing ploy.
As soon as he stops snoring, no! Yes!
Why didn't it stop?
I don't actually know.
I think it clicked out of it. Click everything. What the fuck? What the fuck is happening with my computer?
Is it okay?
I was just gonna keep it rolling until you stop snorting.
Okay, seriously, what the fuck is happening? Hang on, I got this.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, a lot of this is getting cut out.
No.